I'm going to be going over my top 43 stocks with some ETFs thrown in there for February. Now I'm gonna be looking at these stocks every single day. What am I looking for? I'm looking to catch swing trade moves in these stocks. I typically hold trades within 1 week to a month. I'm looking for a little quick short-term investment swing trades. That's what I'm looking for, and I'm about to go down the line of all of these stocks. And if I see an entry in them, I'll let you guys know. I'm going to jump into automatically just go over the first stocks to get it all out the way in ETFs. So the ETFs I'm looking at is mainly SLV. Silver's been going crazy. SMH, GLD, gold's been going crazy. XLE, XLB, XLI, XLV, and XLP, right? Then for the S&P 500 stocks, we got MU, we got WDC, we got LRCX, we got INTC, Intel. Then for the NASDAQ, we got ASML. Then we got Google, Meta, AMD. Then we got Walmart, okay? Then we got the Russell 1000. For the Russell 1000, we got GV, LLY, CAT, XOM, J&J. For the Russell 2000, we got RDW, BE, APLD, RKL, and KTOS. Coming into the top stocks for my top really ETFs that I like, looking at the top sectors, the energy sector, XLB, XRI, XLV, XLP. This month, I like the XLK, which is the technology information sector. But for this month, technology, like I'm seeing, bro, it hasn't been winning. So I really don't have it on one of my top sectors. But within these sectors, right, the top stocks I got for the XLE is SLB, HAL, BKR, XOM, VLO. For the XLB stocks, I got ALB, NEM, FCX, STLD, and UE. For XLI stocks, I got FIX, CHRW, LMT, CAT, LHX. For the XLV stocks, I got HCA, MRK, GILD. Now for the XLP stocks, I got DG, BG, TSN, and MNST. Those are my top stocks and ETFs that I'm looking at for the month of February. The technology stocks really haven't been performing how I want them to, but I got the top major, technology stocks that usually do what they do. I always look at technology, but for this month, my focus isn't that heavy on technology, but I still got my little 1-2 stocks for technology in there that I would be glancing my eye at. But other than that, those are the top ETFs and stocks that I'm going to be focused on for the month of February. Let me get into the part where I chart them out and I show you if I see any entry, what I'm liking, what I'm not liking. Let's go. First ETF that's up is SLV. If you don't know, silver and gold's been going crazy, so this one of course is on the list. Looking at this is bullish, a bullish chart. We have this monthly buy sign and balance sell sign efficiency down there on a monthly chart. Looking at it on a weekly, I like how it pulled back. I don't know how far it's going to keep pulling back, but I would definitely look for an entry to get into longs. If I don't see that entry, then it is what it is. But yeah, man, I like how we came back down. And I ain't gonna lie, if you was in it, that's why I don't chase all-time highs. I could let a freaking stock go to the moon. If I don't see an entry, I don't see an entry. Never chase all-time highs. When it hit the news for silver and gold, people's like, oh, it's gonna keep going up and up and up and up. And people's like, oh, keep chasing all-time highs after all-time highs after all-time highs. Now, look at you. The stock dumped like crazy. That's why when it's at all-time highs, I just chill and let the company do what it do, or the ETF do what it do. So looking at this chart, I don't see nothing right now. When I do a top-down analysis on silver, next one is SMH. Looking at SMH, it's ultimately, it's bullish. Don't really see nothing on it either. We basically are at all-time highs. It had a little pullback on the 1 hour. I don't see a entry, but it does look nice. Hopefully I can get an entry, but if not, it is what it is. But yeah, man, I liked how we came back down to this volume imbalance right here, and I'm just letting it do what it do. This gold ETF is the next one. It is bullish off the higher time frame perspective. It had a pullback. I like this pullback. I like this pullback. I like this pullback. And I'm looking for an entry. I don't see no entry I could get in yet. But I would like it if we have good displacement above this 455 and we get a close above this 1 hour sell sign and balance buy sign and efficiency close above that 454.29. I would be interested in longs, but if not, and it wants to keep going down and taking, I'm gonna let it do that. But I am looking for an entry for gold or silver right now, the ETFs, the GOD or the SLV. I do like how it's been pulling back. Now I'm just waiting for my entry model. And I don't see that, so I'm not doing nothing. Now we got XLE. XLE, I like what it's doing. It's definitely bullish in the energy sector. It's definitely have been going crazy, right? And I like the energy sector, especially for this month. Energy, 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 right? Energy had this crazy pullback, right, to this weekly suspension block, but I didn't get a chance to enter on it. But it's okay. It is what it is, right? Looking at this hourly time frame, we got this W entry right here. No, hold on. We got this. Yeah, we did. We had the inversion. We got a close above this volume imbalance, then came back and tapped this 1 hour right here. So around 10 o'clock, I believe, or one, no, yeah, this was 1 Eastern Standard Time, which is 10 o'clock my time. This would have been a perfect entry, this 1 hour buy sign and balance sell sign efficiency right here to get in long. Now, I would be break even at this point, but I do see the energy sector going to all-time highs. So, with that being said, the energy, like stocks within it, the energy sector will be good to look at. I'm not going to chase all-time highs, but if I see stocks within it that sets up for a good entry, I would take it. And I'm going to. My next ETF I like is XLB. This is the materials. Now, as you can see on a monthly chart, it is bullish. I like what it's doing on a monthly chart. Weekly, it is bullish. I think it just came off of all-time highs. Yeah, it just hit an all-time high on Thursday. Now it's within this 4 hour buy sign and balance sell sign efficiency. I don't see an entry. I like to enter on a 1 hour. In between the daily 4 hour and 1 hour, I like to enter. But it just look like a lot of sideways movement right now. I don't see an entry model, but it is bullish, and I like how I pulled back to this 4 hour buy sign and balance sell sign and efficiency. With that being said, yeah, man, I don't see an entry yet, but I do like it. I like what it's doing. I like how bullish it is. And it's one of those ones that is leading, one of these sectors that is leading in the stock market right now. Next one up is XLI. XLI is bullish. Monthly bullish. Weekly time frame bullish. I do want to see it tap back to this weekly sell sign and balance buy sign efficiency, the price of 163.18. I definitely like to see what happens when it does that. Look for an entry on it, but it's just moving. It just got sideways movement right now. So I want to see it take out these lows, then look for an entry on a 1 hour or something, and head it back up towards this all-time high. Definitely bullets on the industrials sector. XLV, it's been shining lately. And I ain't gonna lie, during 2025, like the beginning of it, it was doing horrible. But towards the end, it started to pick back up, and I like that. So, of course, healthcare is on the list. Looking at XLV, looking at this chart, I like what it's doing, right? We got these relative equal lows right here on a monthly time frame. I mean, on a weekly time frame perspective, we have these relative equal lows. Let's go to the daily. The daily, we also have the same relative equal lows also. So, what I would like to see for the XLV is we take out these relative equal lows, and then we get an entry back up to the upside, filling in this volume balance if it hasn't got filled in already, right? Yeah, filling in this volume imbalance after we take out these relative equal lows and going back up to all-time highs on the healthcare. Next one we got is XLP, consumer staples, monthly bullish. I would not short the consumer staples whatsoever, or the stocks within it. We're basically at all-time highs. Now, I'm not chasing all-time highs. I don't chase all-time highs, but I am looking for a retracement on this, and it come back to this 4-hour buy sign to balance, sell sign efficiency. Typically the price of 82.34. It come back to this. I'll look for an entry on a 1-hour chart to go along back up to these all-time highs. But since it's at all-time highs, I'm gonna just sit down and let it do what it do and let it run. Last but not least, we got SMH, which is the semiconductor sector ETF, right? Now, of course, the semiconductor's been going crazy within AI and stuff like that. I honestly haven't liked how Nvidia's been moving, because it's just been moving sideways, but it is what it is. It's still a good company, you know, but this weekly time frame, ultimately, everything is bullish right here. Now, I like it how it's within its volume imbalance. Typically want to see something, a swing higher, something get formed, because I don't really like this one right here. And I will want to take profit up here. But yeah, man, I'm just chilling on the semis right now. Not saying they're trash, but as a trade within February, I'm not really looking at a semiconductor trade. But it is, I have to have it just to have a glance at the semiconductors. I like technology, so I'm gonna forever keep it on my list, bro. But I'm not looking to get into a trade. But if the opportunity pops up, I ain't gonna, not take it. Those are all of my top ETFs that I'm looking at. The next is we're gonna go to the S&P 500 and the stocks within the S&P 500 that I'm looking at. First and foremost, I'm gonna start off at the SPY. Looking on the monthly time frame, we got this monthly volume imbalance right here. Weekly is bullish. The SPY and S&P 500 is doing way better than the QQQ and the NASDAQ. I could say that myself, right? We were within this volume imbalance right here. Weekly is still bullish. Daily bullish. Just because we had a few little red days don't mean nothing, bro. Red days, look for buying opportunities. That's what I do, right? But not every single one. And I'm not talking about long-term buying. I'm talking about looking to see if there's any swing trade opportunities when we have these huge red days. These past few red days, I didn't really see no opportunity, but I did see one in GE. That's about it. Yeah, so this is bullish. It's just been moving sideways. Now I'm finna get into the stocks within it. The first stock we got within it that I'm looking for an opportunity to get a swing trade on is MU, Micron Technology. This company has been going crazy lately. Like, it's been going dumb. I ain't gonna lie to you. Weekly bullish, monthly bullish. You see straight going up candles, right? Now, I would like for it to retrace. It did do that. The past few days when the market's been red, it did indeed do that. Now, this one, I could say I am looking for a buy. If the market opens tomorrow or anytime during this week and it didn't run to my target, I'm definitely looking for a chance to enter on this company to get in calls and say it's going to go up. Looking at this 1-hour chart, I liked how we came down to the suspension block. What did we do? We had this 1-hour sell sign and balance, buy sign efficiency. We got the end version of it. We got a close above that 421.89. I love to see that. Created this BPR balance price range, right? Then we have this busy right here. Now, if we tap into the price of 418.12, I'm definitely getting to weekly calls where I will want to hold it for a week, get the contract a month out, right? I'm definitely loving some MU calls if it comes down without running to all-time highs or anything like that. If it comes down to this 418.12 on Micron Technology, I will be entering on calls. But what happens if I am wrong? That's why we have a stop loss. My stop loss will be what? This 412.05. So let's just say 412. That will be my stop loss for Micron, and this one holds one of the top of my list for stocks within the S&P 500 that I'm interested in. So if this company comes down to 418.12 before running back up to all-time highs, or this 4-hour sell sign and balance buy sign efficiency of 438.98, if it comes down to my entry price without hitting any of these, then boom, that's my signal. Be like, oh yeah, I'm getting the calls. I want to go here. But like I said, if I'm wrong, my stop out point will be that 412. Next company is WDC, Western Digital Corporation. Now it's been going crazy. If you don't know, I had a good 100% and some change trade on options with this company last month. No, it was in December, going towards the end of the year. This company paid off well. Now, it's been doing good from a monthly, weekly, daily perspective. Now looking at a 4 hour and 1 hour, I like how we have these relative equal highs up here. Now, what am I looking for? I definitely want to see after we tapped into this 4 hour sell sign and balance by sign efficiency, right? And I like how we left it. We didn't leave no bodies, nothing. We just came up out of there. Now I want to see a close above this 254 and a push this good displacement of that 253, and I'll be interested in getting calls. But for right now, I'm gonna just chill and let it do what it do. If I don't see my entry, it is what it is. But I do want to see if I see a close above that 254, I'll be interested in going long and getting into calls on Western Digital Corporation. Next company, LRCX, Land Research Corporation. I like it on a monthly. It's been going crazy. It's been one of them ones lately. Weekly's been going crazy. Now we have this daily, and we're getting pushed down into this 4 hour buy sign and balance, sell sign efficiency right here. I do want to see it push out of it and then target back up to all-time highs, but if that don't happen, it is what it is. Want is for me to be bullish and be interested in longs. I want to see what happens when it closes above this 236.09. Want to see what happens when it does that, and I'll be interested in getting into calls on Land Research Corporation. Other than that, I'm just chilling on it, but I like how bullish it's been and how it's been moving. Next one on the list, I got Intel Corporation. Now, this company has been having a come up. That's why it popped up on my list. The monthly turned bullish. We haven't hit, only thing that is signaling to me about this, we haven't hit all-time highs on Intel ever since 2021. So it's been a minute. This is not a company I would hold for the long term. This would just be I'll be in and out of this company. So it hasn't hit all-time highs in what? It's been going on 5 years now. So I want to see if it could break and hit this all-time high. It hasn't hit it since 2021. But from a weekly perspective, it's bullish. From a monthly, it's bullish. But when we get into the yearly and we get into talking about a long-term investment, it has been performing like it should, right? But this is a good short-term investment in my eyes based off how it's been performing within the S&P 500. Now, do I see an entry or anything like that on this? No, not yet. It is really within this daily volume imbalance. But other than that, I don't really like nothing on it. Now I'm finna get into the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100, and tell y'all my top stocks within it. But first, we have to look at the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100, right? The NASDAQ has, especially as a day trader, the NASDAQ NQ is specifically, I trade futures, the NASDAQ has been pissing me off. I haven't been trading it because I've been looking at gold. But the NASDAQ 100, the NQ chart has been pissing me off, but it's okay. It's a part of the game. I like trading the NASDAQ, but it's just been in a range, bro. It's been in a freaking range. It's been moving sideways, and yeah, man, I haven't been trading because I don't like to trade within a range, but it's a part of the game. You know, I'm going to sit and be patient, wait for that opportunity, and wait for it to move outside that range. And it is what it is. But looking at the QQQ chart, we look at the monthly chart. The monthly chart's bullish. Weekly chart's bullish, but we're still looking at this range. Like this, we've been in this range, like this same range from October. Just straight chop. Daily range just straight. Look at this, just straight chop. Now, we was very, very close to it hitting all-time highs. Very close to doing it. But it said no, based off those red days that we had earlier, ending off January. We created relative equal highs, so that's good. That's very, very good, but we're still moving sideways. Now, are we going to sweep one of these lows right here and then have a move back up to these relative equal highs? I don't know, but it's always key to keep relative equal highs on your chart, and that's what I'm going to do, especially for the QQQ, the technology sector, right? I'm not saying it's going to be like this for the whole year. It's eventually going to take off and do what it do. I ain't going to lie, this is my favorite sector. I love technology. This is my favorite sector within the stock market. So, I mean, it's just having a hard previous few weeks, previous few days. It ain't nothing. You just got to stay down and stay patient. Now, let me get into the stocks within this NASDAQ. First one is ASML. Looking on a monthly chart, It has been going crazy, stupid up. Is like it's one of those things where like this one just been going up and up and up with no retracements. This is moving parabolically, right? Looking at the weekly charts, has been going crazy. Daily charts been going crazy. Now, from the past few days of these red days in the stock market, it looks like it wants to pull back. Where do I want it to pull back to? This suspension block. When it comes down into the suspension block, taking out these lows right here, I'm going to look for an entry to get in long. If I don't get the entry, it is what it is. But I do want to see it come down and top into this suspension block. If it doesn't, it is what it is. Now, if it taps into that suspension block, the way it's been moving lately, if I don't get an entry off of that, it might just, after it tap into that suspension block, it might be keep running parabolically like it has been these few months and these few freaking weeks. So that's that for ASML. Now this stock next up is Google. Google has been going crazy lately, and it's one of the mega cap companies with a crazy market cap, right? Now, I personally don't got any, like, for long-term shares myself. I am waiting for the stock market to have that 10 to 20% pullback so I could invest in some of this company right here. Other than that, like I said, I don't chase all-time highs. So for long-term wise, I love what it's doing. I would love to own some of this asset right here, but I ain't gonna chase all-time highs. I'm gonna just chill on the weekly chart, bullish. Daily chart, bullish, right? Let me go to a 4-hour, I think. Right, 4-hour, we looking good. Let me go to a 1-hour, show you what I saw when I was charting this out. So after I seen we tapped into this 4-hour buy sign and balance, sell sign efficiency right here, we had an inversion of this volume imbalance right here, creating this buy sign and balance, sell sign efficiency. We tap back until we got moves out. And you see how we had no candle close yet below the consequent encouragement of this 1-hour buy sign and balance, sell sign and efficiency. I personally love that. This shows extremely bullish to me. But after we tap back until we have been moving sideways, so yeah, a good entry is definitely that 337.26. But if I'm wrong, because I'm not always 100% right, it's life. I'm not perfect. I'm not Jesus, but we all strive to be perfect, right? You know, my stop loss would be this 332.29. Now, if I get my entry with my stop loss being at 332.29, I will definitely aim for all-time highs. So I definitely see Google going up. I don't see it coming down. It has earnings. It got earnings February 4th. Another thing is, I don't play earnings. You could gamble. You could do whatever you want to do. Earnings is a gamble. I don't care what nobody say. I learned my lesson from playing earnings, and I won't do it again. I remember I was in a JP Morgan call. Everything went perfect, right? It hit my target, but when did it hit my target? During pre-market. It hit my target during pre-market. I opened it and I was red. Right when March opened, I was red in it. So I wasn't able to sell the trade. And why? Because it was earnings and it added mad volatility. And the people, they took all the liquidity. I got liquidity swept. Right? I wasn't wrong in the trade because it hit my take profit. I just wasn't able to sell because earnings came out to do what it did. I ended the play out on a red play. With that being said, after I seen that, I'm like, I'm learning my lesson. I'm not playing earnings anymore. If I see a trade that has a good entry and earnings is coming up like 2 days before or 1 day before, I'm not going to hop in it. I'm going to just miss out on it. And I'm okay with that. But I don't play earnings whatsoever because market could go up and hit your price. And then when it opens, it'll be all red. So I'm good off playing earnings. I learned my lesson from that. Google definitely looks good for a good entry at that 337. But earnings is on Wednesday, February 4th. It's February 1st right now. I'm personally not going to touch it, being 100% honest. Next stock is Meta. Now, I am loving Meta, bro. Now, it is bullish. I own some of this company. I have it in my portfolio. I own this asset. Earnings came out a few days ago. It had a killing earnings. But I want to see it on a weekly chart. I want to see it close above this 719.59. I want to see it close above there. We have good relative equal highs in this all-time high. I definitely see it coming up towards there. I don't see a trade for it yet for me to enter on, and that's cool because I own the company. I own the asset, and I bought it when it was all the way low. I bought it on November 7th when it dipped like crazy. Meta dip like crazy, and I bought some shares. I got a good amount of it in my portfolio. Long term, I don't plan on ever selling it, but this is a good company to have long term. I bought it on a huge dip. I do see it going to relative equal highs. I don't have an entry yet, but I'll let y'all know if I can see an entry for it or not. And yeah, man, I just don't have an entry. Next stock is AMD. AMD is bullish on a monthly time frame, going down. Everything's straight on here. I like how we're within this imbalance, this daily volume imbalance. We haven't hit all-time highs ever since October. I do think it's headed towards there, but I do like how AMD is moving. If you look at a NVIDIA chart, you might think I'm crazy if I say this, but AMD, based off a charts perspective, if you don't know, the NVIDIA owner and AMD owners are cousins. But it looked like the female cousin, which is the company AMD, is taking the win right now. Why? Because this AMD chart has been moving better than NVIDIA. NVIDIA's just been moving sideways like QQQ has. And I'm not tripping. I own the company. I'm staying patient. But for a trader, from a short-term investor, trader's perspective, swing trader, I'm not touching NVIDIA. But AMD, I like how it's been moving. It hasn't been moving sideways. Just look at this, right? Now it is bullish. It had a pullback to this daily volume imbalance. Now I'm gonna look for calls in AMD. I don't see an entry yet, but you know, I like this little pullback. What we looking for, right? We had a pullback to this daily volume imbalance. It could keep going down to even this one, but I want to see what we have an inversion of this. We have an inversion of this 4-hour sell sign imbalance, buy sign efficiency right here. If we tap back in this, if we have an inversion of this, I'll be interested in longs. Other than that, I'm chilling on AMD, but I can say it has been moving way better than NVIDIA. And NVIDIA is like my first love for real. So you know, like it's crazy how it's just been moving all odd. Last but not least, for the stocks within the NASDAQ 100, we got Walmart, and it's a part of the consumer staples too, I believe, right? Walmart has been going crazy, right? And we like Walmart over Target. I don't care how ghetto Walmart get. I'm going to Walmart every time. But we've been in this weekly volume imbalance right here. I definitely see Walmart going to all-time highs, you know, but it's one of those cases where it's just not an entry for me. Is no entry here yet. I mean, yeah, we pushed above this swing high right here. We got this 4-hour busy. I mean, if we tap into here, I'll definitely look for a entry based off of 1 hour, but it can keep just going up and up and up, and I'm gonna just sit back and let it and watch it, you know. But other than that, I'm good off of Walmart. I definitely do see it going to all-time highs though. But yeah, man, low key, this 4-hour 118.80 will be a good entry. Yeah, because we ran above this daily swing high. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, yeah, this would be an entry for me. Entry live. If we open up Monday or any part during the week before hitting all-time highs, if we open up and we hit that 118.85 chat, off to the moon. This will be a good entry for me on Walmart. Looking at it, yeah, this will definitely be a good entry for me on Walmart. That 118.80 will be a stop loss. My stop loss will be that 116.60. And yeah, man, for a good one risk reward, I'm liking Walmart. Let's go. We got the Russell 1000 next. The Russell 1000 ETF. You know, I got to look at this before I look at the stocks within it. This is key, right? Monthly bullish, weekly bullish, daily bullish. Now we are within this daily volume imbalance right here. I see no entry. Definitely see it sweeping this 375, right? I see no entry yet, but I like how it's moving. I like how it's coming down to sweep from liquidity, which is right here. Want to see on a 1 hour or 4 hour, see if I can get an entry when it sweep this liquidity right here. If not, then it is what it is. It might keep going down and down and down, right? That's another key reason that's why I got these levels up, because this is the 60-day, 40-day, and 20-day. So I want to see it tap it with liquidity or imbalances within the 60-day, the 40-day, or the 20-day. That's why I got these red lines right here up, right? Now let's get into the stocks within the Russell 1000. The first chart for the Russell 1000 is GEV. You see this monthly chart? Do I see the monthly chart coming down? No. I see it going straight up. Dang, it IPO'd in 2024. That's crazy. Nirvana. All right. Vervana. I'm tripping. Right? Daily, everything's bullish. Everything's bullish. I don't see it coming down. If it do, it is what it is. And at the same time, I don't chase all-time highs. I repeat, I don't chase all-time highs. So you won't see me doing nothing. I'm gonna just let it do what it do. Right? Currently we just hit all-time highs on Friday. On Friday, yeah. So it's just coming up. I would love to see it come down to like this daily volume imbalance right here, or any 4-hour liquidity. Any of these take out any of these swing lows. Look for an entry on a 1 hour. Other than that, I don't see nothing. Eli Lilly is next up on my list. Eli Lilly has been going crazy. I ain't gonna lie, it did have a rough 2025, but it pulled out. If you was investing in healthcare while it was getting beat down, bro, I know you up some crazy stuff right now. I personally just haven't gotten into investing in the healthcare sector yet, but I will trade it, right? Looking at the monthly, Eli Lilly is bullish. Weekly is bullish. Daily is bullish. We look like we about to, after we take out this liquidity right here, after we take out this swing low right here, it definitely looks like price wants to have an inversion of this daily volume imbalance. Now I would like to see if we have a close above this volume imbalance, definitely see it going higher. With that being said, that's what I got for Eli Lilly. The next one on my list is Caterpillar. Now, this company has been one of them ones that's been going crazy too. It's been just moving parabolically. Now, I would love to see a pullback on Caterpillar. But when you get in the pullback, you got to catch it right then and there, because it loves moving parabolically, bro. Right? That, as far as I've been seeing, we are within this daily volume imbalance. I don't like what it's like. This sideways moving right here, I don't like what it's doing. Since we're just moving sideways within the daily volume imbalance, probably want to see it come down, take out this 619, or come down and take out this 628, really 620, 629, then move to the hourly, look for an entry. Other than that, I'm good on Caterpillar. Next one on my list, we got Exxon Mobil Corporation. It's been moving crazy up on a monthly perspective. The energy sector in general has just been going stupid. If you haven't been paying attention to the energy sector, I suggest you do, because I've been looking at it. If you haven't been seeing what's going on economically, especially with the president of the United States of America, you need to look at energy. I don't like anybody in the stock market. I definitely recommend them looking at energy, right? So looking at the weekly chart, it's definitely been moving parabolically. If it gets to a point where I can get an entry, I'm gonna get an entry. When I pull back, where I want to see a pullback to, we have this daily suspension block. We got suspension blocks all over the place because it's just been gapping up and moving parabolic, right? So want to see a push within this 4-hour busy or this suspension block. Look for on an hourly chart. Look for an entry. Other than that, I'm not going to chase all-time highs. I don't care. Like I keep saying, I do not care if something keeps running to the moon. If I don't see my entry, I'm going to just sit back like this, and I'm going to keep watching. And I'm going to let these retail traders, I'm a retail trader too, but I'm going to let people just chase it, because they're going to get liquidated, and like they're going to be like, oh, wow, I saw my money. It's because you was chasing all-time highs, right? All right, bet. Next one I'm looking at is Johnson & Johnson. Now, this is one of them companies where you probably heard your dad's dad talk about, or your mom's mom talking about. This company has been here longer than I've been living life, okay? This company's been around ever since the 69s, right? So this is one of them household companies. I personally don't invest in it, but it came on my list on one of them top stocks in the Russell 1000, right? This one's the last one, but not least. Weekly chart looking bullish. Everything's looking bullish right here. We just hit an all-time high. In what day? We hit that on Thursday. Now we're gonna come within this daily volume imbalance. If we come within this daily volume imbalance and I see a good entry on an hourly that I like, I'm gonna be interested in getting into it. Mainly probably the 4 hour. The 4 hour look better because you see, yeah, you see all this spotty price action that the 1 hour likes doing. I don't see that on 4 hours. So mainly probably when it comes down to this volume imbalance, probably look for a 1 hour entry, but mainly I would level 4 hour entry. Other than that, I'm chilling on Johnson and Johnson. Now I'm finna get into the Russell 2000. Now, this is dealing with small cap stocks. In small cap stocks, you want to really watch your risk, all right? The same money I'll put into a short-term investment for like a mega cap stock or a large cap stock, this is a small cap stock. I would not, I repeat, I would not put the same amount because most of the majority of the time, these companies are not profitable and they look good for a trade and a trade only. I'm in and out of that. You is not marrying this, right? None of that, right? You get in and you get out. So let's go to the Russell 2000. Looking at the Russell 2000, the monthly chart has been going crazy. Weekly chart's bullish. I like how we're touching this weekly buy side and balance, sell side and efficiency. Now this is the type of pullback I like to see. I'll be talking about when I want to see a good entry, right? Granted, I haven't seen an entry yet, but I like how I tapped this weekly buy side and balance, sell side and efficiency. Do want to see if it want to come to this 4 hour and then look for an entry on the 1 hour chart. I haven't seen my entry yet, but I do like what it's doing from a weekly onto a daily. From weekly, the monthly and the weekly is bullish. I could say, yeah, the daily did turn bearish, but I'm not tripping about that because ultimately we came down to touch this PD array right here, which is this weekly buy sign and balance, sell sign, inefficiency. So definitely looking for an entry opportunity on a Russell 2000. Now let me get into the stocks within it. The first stock up is RDW, Redwire Corporation. Like I was saying earlier, the earnings on these companies suck. Right, this company just IPO'd in 2021, but I liked how we pushed above this swing high right here on a monthly chart. We are within this monthly sell side and balance buy side and efficiency. So I like this placement above for a market structure shift. When we see this market structure shift right here, that's letting me know that the monthly just turned what? Bullish, right? Now I'll definitely look back at push to this weekly, or this daily right here. This daily buy sign and balance, sell sign efficiency, right? After we pushed above there, well, we got it. Hold on, we got it. Did we get it? We did. Oh, we did. Now we did. All right, bet. Now that $10 would have been a good entry. But this what's strong about this is this monthly right here. I definitely want to see it get a month above this monthly sell sign and balance buy sign and efficiency. If we give above that, I do see it going to $20 and then most likely hitting all-time highs, right? So that would be it for RDW. Next one I got up is BE, Bloom Energy. Now the energy's been going crazy, like I said. XLE, I'm liking the energy sectors right now. Monthly ultimately is bullish. Weekly chart, bullish. Daily chart, bullish. You hear me? Now, I like how it tapped into this 4 hour right here. I want to see a good entry back up to all-time highs. Looking at a 1 hour chart, I don't see an entry yet. But if we push above this swing high right here, and then like on a 30-minute or a 15-minute, after we have this placement above this swing high, if it's a fair value gap, a buy sign and balance, sell sign and efficiency below, I would look for an entry to go long, targeting where back up to all-time highs on Bloom Energy. But I like what it's doing. I like how it came back to this 4 hour buy sign and balance, sell sign and efficiency right here. Yeah, man, I'm just chilling on it, waiting for an entry. Right, we don't see it yet. Next one I got up is Applied Digital Corporation. That's not all-time highs. We haven't hit all-time highs on this company ever since 2003, before I was born. Sheesh. Hey, but it's been coming up though. You see, like these past few earnings ever since 2024, it's been decent. APLD has been on the rise. I just have these on here to look at. But if I see an entry, I would get in it, like I said, but with a low risk. Monthly chart is looking bullish. Only red flag is we haven't hit all-time highs in hella long. But hey, man, it looks like it's gonna end up going towards it. That's a stretch. I don't know when, but it's a stretch right now. We are within this weekly buy sign and balance, sell sign and efficiency right here. I definitely see it taking out these relative equal lows. Can it go lower? Yes, it's a small cap, so you never know what's within these small caps. But I do want to see it after it clear these 32 the $33 relative equal lows. I personally am going to look for an entry to go long. And after it clears it, I want to see it have an inversion of this 4 hour sell sign and balance, buy side inefficiency, and I'll definitely target this high right here. I'm not gonna target all time highs because that's a stretch. But yeah, man, that's my plan for APLD. Other than that, if it keeps dying and going down, I'm just watch it go down. This next stock, this next company that's up, it's RKLB, Rocket Lab Corporation. It's been going crazy. It IPO'd in 2020, right? One of those that IPO'd in 2020 during the COVID stuff, right? I don't even know I can say that, but it is what it is. It's said and done, right? um, Monthly chart ultimately is bullish, right? We are within this weekly sell sign and balance, buy side and efficiency right here. I like how it came down to it after hitting a all-time high. I like this retracement down to here. I am going to look for an entry on it because we had this pullback. It ultimately is bullish, right? So yeah, we got relative equal highs up here. Hold on. When I see relative equal highs, I start rubbing my hands. Yeah, good relative equal highs to the upside. That's definitely, yeah, this is definitely a target for me. These relative equal highs. Whenever I'm bullish and I see relative equal highs, oh yeah, that's when I'm rubbing my hands and everything like that. I don't like the sideways moving. I don't like what it's been doing from a hourly charts perspective, but I do like what it's been doing on this 4 hour. But I'm definitely gonna look for an entry if RKLB gets above the price. If it closes above this 83.46, we get a good displacement and good close above that 83. This 83.46. I would definitely look for an entry going long, targeting these relative equal highs, and ultimately I do see it going back up to all-time highs. This company is terrible. This company, I don't even say that about that many companies, but this shit hasn't hit all-time highs ever since the IPO, damn near. Right? Damn. Carrots Defense and Security Solutions. I don't think they're doing enough defense and security. Again, you haven't all-time highs ever since then. What type of defending and security are you doing, gang? Next company up is KTOS, this Defense and Security Solutions. Now, this company hasn't hit all-time highs ever since 2000, damn near ever since IPO. So I don't know what this company's been doing. It's just been flat and dead. But you know, since security and defense has been the top of the talks lately, it did push through this swing high right here. It has turned bullish. So this monthly chart is bullish. We are within this weekly suspension block. I like how it's doing what it's doing. Right? Right. Now, I would certainly look for a entry, but I'll be like hesitant about it because we haven't hit all-time highs in this company in hella long. Right? And we had good relative guys, but it IPO'd and it opened up around the thousands. So I don't know what's going on with this. Bro, this company they opened up and ran up to 1,600, bro. That's a crazy IPO. But it's on my list, right? It's one of the ones that I've been having a consistent performing, right, in the Russell 2000. I would definitely look for an entry. I like how it's had this retracement, had this pullback. I don't see an entry, but you know, hopefully I'll be interested in looking for an entry if it has good displacement above this 108.75, and we have an inversion of this volume imbalance right here. If we have an inversion of this volume imbalance, good displacement above, I will look for a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency to getting on to go long, right? But other than that, that's it for KTOS, and that's it for the Russell 2000 stocks. But I'm not done yet. You know all the top ETFs that I gave you earlier, such as XLE, XLB, XLI, XLV, and XLP. Now, I got stocks within these sectors that I see that's going to control this February. These are the top sectors that I see that's going to control this whole February. Now, I have the top sectors I have to give you, and I'm going to show you the stocks I like that's within them. First one within the energy sector is XLB. Looking at a monthly chart, right? This company hasn't hit all-time highs ever since 2014. But within this year, I definitely see it going back to up to all-time highs. If the president of the United States keep doing what he's doing, I do see it going back to up to all-time highs. And I don't want to get political here. You know, I'm not even a political type of guy. All right, so looking at this monthly chart, we got all these highs to come across before we hit all-time highs, but I do see it hit all-time highs this year. Looking at this weekly chart looks good. Another weekly chart that's bullish. Looking at the daily is within the suspension block. Do I see an entry yet? No, I don't see an entry. Looking at an hourly, I definitely don't see an entry. I don't know. I definitely do want to see it come down to this weekly buy sign and balance, sell sign and efficiency, but it can't keep moving parabolic and keep running up because the energy sector, like I said, has been going crazy. And when stuff is going crazy, it typically tends to move parabolically. And when it moves parabolically, I don't chase all-time highs and I don't chase price. I let it do what it do. Moving on to the next company, which is Halliburton. Now, this is another good energy company, right? But another thing is it hasn't hit all-time highs ever since 2014. Monthly chart did turn bullish after we had good displacement above this swing high right here. Yeah, weekly chart's bullish. Daily chart, same thing, really bullish. I want to see it come down to this weekly I want to see it come down into this weekly volume imbalance to look for an entry to get long. We got good relative equal highs up here. Do want to see it first take out these relative equal lows and then have a move back up to these relative equal highs. But if that doesn't happen, it is what it is. BKR is my next stock. Looking at this, it is really, really bullish. Okay, now this one, I like this one because you see how the other ones, they haven't hit all-time highs in hella long. This one recently hit all-time highs, so this lets me know that this is good. Like, it has good volatility and stuff like that, and it's a good mover. So Baker Hughes company, my bad if I pronounce it wrong, right? I need to start reading 20 minutes a day. I ain't gonna lie to you. I haven't been reading lately, but I gotta get into it, you know? We are within this weekly volume imbalance, right? I don't see an entry out of it yet, but I like how it's within here. Doesn't want to keep going lower. Who knows? But I like what it's doing, how it has this retracement. I don't like these candles. I don't like this body price action right here. I don't not see it. I'll be like, you know, it's like one of those things where you see some nasty shit and you be like, and this is the case right here, right? 4 hour, I want to see what happens if it pushes above this $56. We tap into this weekly volume imbalance right here, right? Ultimately, if we push above this 56 point, got good displacement above this 56.58. We come down to an hourly, or we come down to a 30-minute or 15-minute, and we see it left a buy sign and balance, sell sign and inefficiency. I would look to enter in on that, targeting these all-time highs. So that's it for BKR. Next one is VLO. VLO is one of them ones that I like it. Monthly's bullish. Weekly's bullish. Daily, we had this little pullback right here. It's moving sideways on the daily chart. It is moving sideways on the daily chart, but I'm not tripping about it. Because why? When I go down, I see on the hourly. I like what the hourly did here and it's doing here. We took out this low, right? Which is skeptical. So I wouldn't go in with my normal position. I'll go in with half size. And I like how we had an invert after taking out this low of 178.34. We created this sell sign of balance, buy sign efficiency. I like how we had an inversion of it. An inversion. We closed above this 180.88. I liked how price closed above here. We also create this BPR, this buy sign of balance, sell sign efficiency, right? So this 180.30, that would be a good entry for me targeting longs and targeting ultimately these relative equal highs up here, right? So yeah, I do want to get into long if it definitely during this week or whenever if it doesn't hit all time highs and it comes down to that entry point right here of that 180.30, I do want to see it go to these relative equal highs up here. If it doesn't and I'm wrong, it is what it is. What will be my stop loss? My stop loss will be this what? This 177.91, right? ALB. It hasn't hit all time highs ever since 2022. But it's on the rise, right? This monthly look good. Weekly look good. Daily, I like how the daily is we created this daily volume imbalance. I do want to see it coming down to this weekly buy sign imbalance, sell sign inefficiency. After that happens, I definitely would look for a entry. Want to see if it wants to sweep this 157 or not. But it did tap into this weekly buy sign imbalance, sell sign inefficiency, creating this daily volume imbalance. Now I want to see if we can push above here. If we could push above here, get a close above here. And yeah, man. Next one on my list is Newmont Corporation. I like what it's doing. It recently hit all-time highs during the month of January. Yeah, we're coming based off of all-time highs. I liked how we got this retracement candle coming into yeah, I like this retracement right here, right? Coming to this daily volume imbalance, and we're within a weekly suspension block. So I like this retracement. What's left? I'm looking for a entry. Will be left, right? I'm looking for entries. I want to see if we could have an inversion of this 1 hour sell sign and balance, buy sign and efficiency after tapping into this daily right here. I want to see if we could get a candle close above this 118.15 and then look for an entry long. Next one is FCX, currently trading at $60. Came off of all-time highs. Weekly bullish. Everything looking bullish. The daily has got a little retracement going on. We got these all-time highs up here. We got good relative equal lows. Definitely want to see these relative equal lows get taken out. After we take out these relative equal lows, do want to see an entry for longs. Next one is XSTLD. Steel Dynamics. We hit all-time highs around January 2026. I gotta go. Yeah, we did. We hit all-time highs in this month of January. Monthly's bullish, weekly's bullish, daily is bullish. Now we got this daily volume imbalance right here. Right? We got this daily volume imbalance. It looks like I want to see what happens when it comes down to there. And yeah, I don't like how the 4 hours looking. It's spotty, mad spotty. But yeah, man, that's it for Steel Dynamics. Next one on my list is Nucor Corporation. This monthly chart is bullish. We haven't hit all-time highs ever since 2024. But like I said, what's going on within the economy right now, I definitely do see it hitting all-time highs within this year. Unless some crazy news come out, I could be wrong, right? We got this daily volume imbalance. I want to see what happens when it trades within there. Other than that, I see no entry. Just moving sideways. FIX Comfort Systems USA Inc. When the last time this company is? Oh, it's just hit all-time highs within the month of January. Everything's bullish on here. Yeah, everything's bullish. We do have good relative equal lows below. So same thing, right? I do want to see these relative equal lows get taken out, then look for an entry back up to the upside. Next one is C.H. Robinson Worldwide. This is another industrial company. Looking at a monthly chart, it's been going insane. We just hit 200, hit huge all-time highs. Weekly chart bullish. We are within this daily volume imbalance. Now, I do want to see it come down and sweep this low right here. Other than that, it can keep doing what it would do. It can keep hitting all-time high after all-time high. But I want to see it come down, sweep some liquidity, either this 186 or this 175, and I'll look for an entry to get into longs. Lockheed Martin is next up on my list. Lockheed Martin is one of them ones, really one of them ones, right? So I like how it's been moving on a um I like how it's been moving on a monthly chart perspective. This is a good defensive stock to have. I ain't lying, your long term portfolio. I don't own none, but I will eventually, Lord willing. So we have this weekly suspension block. It's keeping an all time high after all time high, bro, and it's moving parabolically. So I'm not interested in it right now. Do want to see what happens when it comes back down into this daily volume imbalance, or if it comes down, sweep this 615 on the 4 hour chart. If it come down, sweep this 615.51, I will look for a 1 hour entry. Other than that, I'm just staying patient and waiting for it. Next up, another one of them ones is Caliper. Caliper has been moving crazy on the weekly chart. Same thing for a monthly chart. It's just one of those things that's been going up too, and it's within its daily volume imbalance right here. I don't like it for an entry right now. But when you enter, it'll be a good entry because the way it moves, bro, it moves insane. So, yeah, no entry yet. Next one on my list is L3 Harris Technologies. I like this one. I like this one. I like this one. It's been going crazy, especially due to what's been going on in the economy. Right, we got this weekly suspension block right here. We got these good relative equal lows on a 4 hour. Yeah, we got these good relative equal lows on a 4 hour. What do I want to see on L3 Harris Technologies? I want to see it sweep these relative equal lows. After you sweep these relative equal lows, I want to see a look for an entry on this 1 hour chart. If that happened, it is what it is. But after we sweep these relative equal lows, I do see it going back up to all-time highs, and especially this high right here of 369.59. Now, if I don't get the entry, it is what it is. But I definitely do see that happening. HCA Healthcare, right? The monthly chart is bullish, weekly chart is bullish, daily chart is bullish. I like how we're within this daily volume imbalance right here. Looking at a smaller time frame, it's more spotty price action. I don't like that on the lower. But I do want to see what happens when we sweep this 479.74. Other than that, I'm chilling on it. It is within its daily volume imbalance. All-time highs up here. Yeah, man, let's see what happens. The next one on my list is MRK, Merck and Company Incorporation, right? We are definitely bullish within this time frame. I do see it going to all-time highs. We're having all-time highs ever since 2024, but what's been going on within the economy, I do see it hitting all-time highs. I think it's one of them type of years. But we are within this weekly sell sign and balance buy side inefficiency right now. We created this high within it. We are moving sideways on a daily chart. We are within here. I want to see what happens within here, but I genuinely want to see it come down and sweep this 106. But if we get an entry within this 4 hour right here, that would be good. What I target? I would target this high. It's low key relatively equal. This 111 and this 112. Next one on the list is Guild. Looking at the monthly, it's been going crazy. Weekly's been going crazy. Daily has been going crazy. I definitely like what it has been doing. Now, like I said, I'm not the type of person to chase all-time highs. I never do that, and I won't ever do that. So I want to see it come down to a 4 hour. I want to see if I can get entry at this 140 right here, or ultimately, I do want to see a tap within this liquidity, this 138, in this daily buy sign and balance sell sign and efficiency. Other than that, yeah, it can keep moving parabolically, but I'm just sitting on my hands and wait for that opportunity to come. Dollar General. Now, Dollar General, looking at the monthly chart, right, it hasn't hit all-time highs ever since 2022. But if we're talking about consumer staples, this one has to come on this list. I definitely see it going to this monthly volume imbalance right here, right? And we turned bullish on the monthly time frame perspective. Looking for an entry. If it comes down to this monthly buy sign and balance, sell sign efficiency, this will be a good monthly play. You see how we got the end version of this monthly right here? This will be a good, this 132.09 will be a good entry. And now what will I target? This will be a good monthly play. And this will be good for leaps, right? Not gonna lie, this will be good. This will be good for leaps. This will be a stop loss right here, and this will be a profit target, right? A good one risk reward. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't enter on a play off a monthly chart. But looking at a weekly, we within this weekly buy sign and balance, sell sign inefficiency. We got this daily up here, but after tapping back into this right here, I do want to see an inversion of it. We got all these relative equal highs. I don't really see an entry. I'm just playing it patient. But yeah, this is one of them ones when we talk about consumer staples. Dollar General is one of the ones. You want to go to the dollar store, or what should we say, the $1.25 store due to inflation. You know, when times get hard, people going, let's hit up the dollar store. We ain't going to Target no more. We ain't going to Walmart. Sometimes we have to hit up the dollar store, and that's okay. The dollar store got good stuff too. Like the same stuff that be in Walmart, bro. And sometimes Target, bro. You can go to the dollar store and get it for $1, bro. And they got good snacks, bro. I'm telling you, they got good. You want to eat good like you want to roll? Go to the Dollar General. Get you some good snacks. You got to make sure they're not stale, though, bro. You got to make sure they're not stale. No cap. If they're stale, you got to take them back and get a refund. But hopefully it's fresh. Most Dollar Trees and most Dollar Generals is in the hood, the impoverished areas. So you might risk getting shot at or some hood happening to you. But it's okay, because you getting it for the low. So you just got to take that real quick risk, Just for some stacks. It be like that sometimes. You don't want to go to the other stores because they expensive. Get you some little quick little dollar snacks and you good. On to this next company, Bunch Limited. Looking at this monthly chart, we're bullish, right? Weekly chart, we're bullish. Daily chart, we're bullish. I like how we're getting close on. Did we tap into it on 4 hour? Because we might look like we do it. Okay, no, we didn't. Want to see it tap into this weekly volume, this weekly buy sign and balance, sell sign efficiency. If it don't do that, it is what it is. But we look how we having an inversion of this. If we have an inversion of this daily right here, if we close above this daily right here, I do see it going to all-time highs. It can keep moving parabolically. Like you see all of this right here, all these gaps not getting filled in and stuff like that. It can keep moving parabolically, and if it does, it is what it is. And I ain't gonna chase all-time highs. Other than that, I'm good off of BG. Next one, we got Tyson Foods Incorporation. Now, this company hasn't hit all-time highs ever since 2022, but it's been on the rise. It's been one of those consistent ones that I've been seeing within the XLP, right? So I like what it did on the monthly. We had a huge market share shift on the monthly. So I do want to see it come within either this 4 hour buy sign and balance, sell sign and efficiency, or this weekly. But I do have to take into consideration that we are within this monthly sell sign and balance, buy sign and efficiency. But I do want to see this have an inversion of it this month of February. I do want to see it close above it during February, just due to the simple fact of the reason that the consumer staples sector been going crazy, right? I don't see no entry yet, but I do want to see what happens when we come back into this. I don't like how spotty price action the lower time frame is, so I'll most likely look for an entry within this daily chart. But yeah, we have decent earnings. But Tyson Foods Incorporation, that's what I see on it. We do got relative equal highs up here. So this year, within the economy, was doing it what it's doing. If the XLP sector keeps on winning, keep on doing what it has been doing the past few months, definitely see Tyson Foods hitting the all-time highs. Next one, Monster Energy Drink. And before I speak on this company, I wouldn't invest in this company because I don't like it. I'll get in and out of it, but I want to invest in it. I simply have it on my list because it's been going crazy within the consumer staples, Monster Energy Corporation. I don't like energy drinks. Like, drink some green tea, get your health up so you can have actual natural energy. And this stuff got mad. The drinks got mad. I never drunk a Monster or energy drink a day in my life. But if you look on the back of it, bro, it be having 70 grams of sugar. This company like this, I don't like the product, but it's mainly meant for people who live that rock star lifestyle and just want to be amped up and bro, just don't got natural energy, bro. You need an energy. I don't like the company, but if you take it, you like it is what it is. But like I said, it's been one of them ones. It has been moving good within the consumer staples sector. So yeah, it has been going up parabolically. Weekly chart's been going crazy. Daily chart. So I threw it on my list. I seen this been moving consistent. So I was like, I'm gonna throw it on here. We just hit all-time highs on the 26th of January, right? That Monday. I like how we tapped into this daily buy sign, balance, sell sign, and efficiency. Now, do we have an entry? No, I do not see an entry yet on here. Let me see on the hourly though. Yeah, I don't like the hourly. See how it's spotty price action? I don't like that. So I'll typically look for a entry on the 4 hour or the daily when I see very spotty price action on the 1 hour. With that being said, yeah, man, I like we did push above this swing high though. We no we didn't. Hold on, let me see. We had this placement above this swing high. Uh so with that being said, then we created this gap. If we tap into this $80.51, this will look like a good entry on Monster Energy drinks. And my stop loss will be right here. And I'll be targeting this high. These are good. Oh no, this good high right here, and this all-time high. So yeah, that'll be the entry for me on Monster Energy drink. Like I said, I don't like the company, but it looked good for a short-term investment since the consumer staples sector been going crazy lately. Last but not least, we got Philip Morris International Incorporation. Now, this is one of the ones that's been going. Another stock that's been going crazy within the consumer staples sector is close to hitting all-time highs. It's probably gonna hit another all-time high during this month. Who knows? It might hit it tomorrow when market open. But yeah, man, it's been moving up and up and up. I don't see an entry on it. We did tap into this daily buy side and balance, sell side, and efficiency right here. 4 hour looks smooth. 1 hour. After we tap in, yeah, spotty price action on a 1 hour. So I'm gonna keep it on a 4 hour and up. Yeah, man, I do see it going up to all-time highs, especially after tapping back into here. I don't see an entry of my liking, and that's going to wrap things up. With all that being said, man, I hope y'all seen any value in here. And I'm just giving my top stock of February. After the market close, I am going to be going over these top stocks every single day, looking for entries, right? If I don't see an entry, it is what it is. But especially the top sectors I gave you and the stocks within that sector, I am going to be going over every day on this channel live, of me looking at it and examining, getting my entries, getting my exits. And while I'm in the company, I'm gonna make a video on it, and I'm gonna let you guys know what I'm looking for within it, because in the risk management perspective on it, because it's all about risk management. It's all about that risk reward while you're in a trade, right? The risk reward perspective is good, but when you're in that trade, what are you looking for? People be like, I entered, I wiped my hands, I did what it did. No, but it's certain things you got to look for while in that trade. And I'm going to just record the whole process and go over the whole process live like I'm doing right now. But with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Shalom.